Hey guys, welcome to Off the Great Wall. We have some other people joining us today. We have Felicia.
Hi.
And check out her channel. We have the links hopefully somewhere in the description box as well. We have Mia.
Hello.
And we have, Dan, whatever.
Today
we're going to talk about names, right? Because names are something that, at least in Chinese culture, this is a big deal. Well, in culture, it's a big deal, right? It's your name.
It's your name.
Right. But there's a lot of thought that goes into your name. Well, again, every culture has a lot of thought into your name.
You would like to hope.
Sometimes in the Western culture, they pick names based on name them after an athlete. Like sometimes there's meaning and sometimes there's just like it.
Right.
But in Chinese culture especially, there's always, like you were saying, there's always some kind of
a lot of thoughts go into that process.
Can we talk a little bit about the differences of names, I guess, in the East and West?
Absolutely.
So first of all, in Chinese culture, or at least, there's very rare instances that we name our kids after ourselves. That doesn't even exist. That really doesn't happen.
That
Dan
doesn't
the Third,
happen.
or something like that.
Wait. There's not even. Hold on. But do Chinese people, have they done that in the past? Ever?
I
don't
never
think
ran
so.
into an instance that has happened. I can't think of one. If you name your kid after yourself, here's what other people are going to say. Here's what you think other people are going to say. And that's going to be true. Other people are going to be like, aren't you full of yourself?
Yeah, but in Western culture, it's extremely prevalent.
Yes.
It's so common. All right, I'm not gonna start talking about the origins of it because I don't know. But look, why do they do that? A lot of times, kings like Henry IV, Henry V.
18th.
It's a title, right? It's a title thing. But then later on, people are like, hey, you know what? I want my kids to carry our name. But also, in Greek culture, because my cousin married a Greek guy, so my cousin-in-law is Greek. Everybody has the same name because they take, the boy will be named after the grandpa. So every second generation has the same name.
So they kind of alternate the names?
They alternate, yeah.
Okay.
So his father's name is Nikos, so his son's name is Nikos, right? And then his name is Giannis, so his son's name will be Giannis. So it'll be always like that. And then I know in the Spanish culture, you know how Spanish people have 12 like Maria Magdalena Rodriguez de la Jorge whatever.
Yeah.
It's true because they have
And it's kind of like Thai last names. They go for
They go very long, but the Spanish names they just have a lot of words.
Boom, boom, boom. But Chinese people do none of that.
Also, we don't name our kids after athletes or after celebrities. We don't do that. First of all, it's kind of hard because in America, right, you want to name your kid Brett Favre after Brett Favre or something. In Chinese, your name is 2 characters or 3 characters.
It's more about the meaning and the essence of that word.
So it doesn't even make sense. If you want to name yourself a kid after Yao Ming, so your last name is Chen. So what's your kid's name? Chen Ming. Who does? No one even gets that.
It doesn't make sense, right? In Western culture, sometimes people will name them after a prominent figure, a king or whatever. And another thing, a lot of Western names actually come from the Bible. The Bible or John, or the Old Testament, New Testament, depending if you're Jewish or you're Catholic, and also other religions as well. But Chinese people aren't name yourself after Lao Tzu or Buddha. You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen.
Right. And I think that's also a respect thing. People don't want to be all right, I respect my grandfather. So if I named you after my grandfather, I would have to, think about that. Then I would have to call you basically my grandfather. You know what I mean?
You call your grandfather by their name, so that makes it less respectful.
Yeah, there's no respect there, so that really doesn't happen.
And one other difference is, there's a lot of differences, but main thing is Americans, in Western culture, if you have an English name, you have a middle name. And usually that has meaning as well, but it's usually after someone in your family. Right? But in Chinese names, there's no middle name. You're not I'll give you a middle name after my... No.
Let's talk a little bit about Chinese names.
Okay, right. I gotta
go
back.
So usually Chinese names have, characters, right? It's characters. So traditionally, there are 3 character names.
Right.
Most names are 3 character names. There's also traditional names that has 4 characters, like Sima something something, or
that's
Ouyang,
really rare though.
The Ouyang is the last name, or Sima is the last name.
Right.
Usually our last names are 1 character, but in some cases they're 2 characters.
Yeah,
if you go to Taiwan right now, you'll rarely find a Taiwanese person with 2 character names. Most Taiwanese people have 3 character names, and because that's more traditional.
Okay.
Just saying, there are 2 character names sometimes. Some people have them, but it's not very common. Most people had 3 or sometimes 4.
Okay.
So now Chinese names are given more because of the meaning of each characters.
Right.
So again, that's different than let's say Michael. it's defined in the book of names that Michael means one who is like God. Okay, but in Chinese, there's no like book of names. So we're like. Your name, you cannot find your name in a book of names. And
No,
like,
you can't.
that's what it means. Every Chinese name, almost every single Chinese name might mean something different.
Right.
So
or it does
it's-
mean something different.
Yeah, it's based either on your characters or even on the sound of your characters.
Exactly.
Because a lot of Chinese names or characters sounds the same. So, for example, okay, let's get into our names, right? My name is Chen Xing, right? So here's how my parents described it. I was like, oh, how'd you get my name? They're like, well, we don't want you to. Chen also means sink, and some other
Oh,
also
the
sounds
sound,
like
the sound, yeah,
sink,
phonetically.
right? And Xing sounds like to
Rise.
rise. So they said, we don't want you to sing, we want you to rise. So that's where my name comes from.
Okay, so my name is also surname Chen, just
Yes.
like Mike's, Chen, and then 大音, so big. And
Win.
then
Basically, his name means loud as heck.
Yeah,
His name,
Yin.
and it just really describes
As
his
in
personality.
yeah.
音乐, yeah.
Oh.
It's actually, bro, it's not loud as heck. It's big music. It's
Yeah.
very poetic.
It also
It's
means
not-
loud as heck.
loud.
大音,
It also means big sound. Big sound.
Like you're loud.
But we all know
But you are loud.
Well, that
Well,
makes sense. Your
yeah.
parents are artists.
It's true. It's true. So
Yo, why they call you loud?
well, because the 大音 comes from Lao Tzu's scriptures. So my dad was a scholar. So the phrase comes from 大音希声, which means the sound is so vast that you can't hear it anymore. I really thought they named me after I was born, because I was like, I'd be like, ah, and then
Some
like
Western people do that actually.
Change your name.
They could do
No,
that.
no. They give birth
Wait,
and then
they
they wait and then
Really?
they're like, oh, I'll name
In
it
Western
this.
culture, you have a
Which
time.
personality
Yeah,
first?
you have
Yeah.
you have a period of time you can decide.
All right, Mia, what's your Chinese name?
Okay, my Chinese name, I don't really use it a lot or at all because I use Mia. But my Chinese name is Yang Hui Chun. I think the Hui here means like kindness.
Okay.
Having a heart of kindness
Okay,
to like
okay.
a lot of people.
I see.
Oh!
Now it starts to make sense,
Wait,
right?
did your parents tell you that, or did you figure that out by yourself?
No, my parents told me that.
Your
Of
parents told you
course,
that.
I wouldn't
Okay, okay.
figure that out.
Okay.
Mine is, oh, I can't even say it. Okay.
What is it?
李月呀. Yeah is not the moon.
Okay.
It's not the moon.
Which
It
one?
means happiness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, happiness.
Ya means elegant and noble.
Okay.
I mean,
优雅的雅.
yeah.
So, ya, not ya.
Oh, yeah, you pronounce it wrong.
Yeah.
Like a third tone, yeah.
Excuse my
Well, you want to
tonal.
say it right, because otherwise it becomes happy teeth. I mean, there's a big difference between happy teeth and like
And nobility?
Yeah.
So you're like happy and noble,
And elegant.
happy elegance.
I'm gonna tell you guys something you probably none of you know, although
Okay.
you should know,
Okay.
but you probably don't,
Enlightenment.
which makes me sad.
Okay.
Chinese all have little names.
What do you mean
You guys know
little
that?
names?
A little.
There's a xiaoming. So all Chinese,
nickname.
most Chinese, they're not nicknames. They're actually part of your names, but
No
it's
way.
kind of like a nickname, but it's official.
No
Every
way.
Chinese person has a xiaoming.
Oh, I didn't know
So they have two names?
Yeah, they usually have two names. One is like we call it a little name, kind of like a nickname, but it's also officially you're known as that.
So are you Xing Xing?
No,
Are you Xiao
Well, dude.
something?
Dude, but like, why
Who
wouldn't it be
comes up
Xing
with
Xing?
it then?
because
you only have two characters in your name.
It doesn't always mean like a shortened version of your name or like something like that. It
Okay.
could be a completely different meaning.
I
of a
did not
name.
know that. You
You
just
guys
blew
don't
my
know that,
mind.
right?
But what do you mean it's official? Like, is it on your
Yeah.
birth certificate?
Look,
And who comes up with it?
Yeah.
Do
your,
you
your
just
parents come up with it. Your
Or
parents
when?
come up with
As soon
it.
as you're born, you come up.
Yeah,
they come
your
up with
parents
two
come up with
names?
your official name and they come up with a xiaoming, with a little name. Xiaoming is something that your family will call you, and
Right.
sometimes even your friends of the family will be like, oh hey, little Mikey.
it's just
what's his
Xiao
little
whatever.
name? What's his little name? No,
Oh.
it's not Xiao
it's not?
anything.
It could be anything. He's basically saying.
Right.
It's just some. So, Mike, I've known you for a long time. I had no
Never
idea.
knew. You don't know my xiaoming.
You know why? Because it's probably so embarrassing. Like Xing Xing. Oh, is it
It's not-
Xiaoxing?
No. Well, no. All right, my little name is Dong Dong.
Oh my God!
The reason why
I cannot see that on
Dong Dong is because Dong as in winter. Okay?
Winter?
Because I was
You were
born on
born
the
in the
day.
winter?
I was born on the winter's solstice.
Okay.
That's why my grandma actually gave me the little name Dong Dong.
Because he goes
Nobody
along.
knows it except for your close friends or family. So if I
Yet
go
your
back
parents
to,
don't call you that.
But okay, right? Because I've grown up now. When I'm younger,
They
they would.
used to call you
They
that
used to call me
until,
that.
Okay.
So when I go back to China, my grandparents would be like, "Dong Dong," you know, like.
Yo,
because, like,
you
they
should
see me
not
as a
have
kid.
told us that. Dong Dong sounds like you're like a.
And you're just
That's why it's a little name.
Because no, because like even the name, like let's say they called you Xing Xing, like that's kind of they can call you that now, but Dong Dong, hey Dong Dong, come here. But like you sound like you're 5.
Yo, that's the point. That's a little name.
Yo, I never had a little name.
Yeah, you know
Yeah, I
why?
don't think
Why is
I've
that?
had-
Dude, because you grew up here.
No.
You grew up here.
I was born in China. I should have been given a
Then
little name.
you should have a little name. Ask your mom. You probably have a little name.
My sister has a little name, so I know what you're talking about. It's like, it's not related to their name, but they just somehow came up
Right.
with it, right?
Yeah.
My younger sister has a little name.
Okay.
But she's the only one who has a little name, and she's called Hong, which is like red Hong.
Because she's red.
Red.
Yeah, when she was born, like she has this
really
red,
red.
chubby
Okay,
cheeks.
Alright.
Yeah, so
Okay.
she's the only one. I don't know why.
Okay.
For Chinese, like we have a second layer, which is we always pick an English name, which is
Well,
always
wait a minute. Not all. Of
not
us.
all of us. You're right. Not
Okay?
all of
Not
us.
all of us. But
But a lot of people that have the freedom to pick an English
hilarity
name.
ensues.
Right. No, but the 3 of us did.
Wait,
We
who
picked
picked?
it.
I picked my
You
own
picked it. I
English
picked
name.
my own name.
Did you really?
Yeah, I picked Dan.
What about you guys?
I didn't pick my own Indonesian name. It's just,
No.
Oh no.
English name.
Oh,
Did
so
you pick
she,
it?
wait, hold on.
You mean
have
like
to-
Miranda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Mia.
didn't pick that myself. My actual name is Miranda, but no one really calls me Miranda because that sounds a little awkward to me for some reason.
okay.
But everybody just call me Mia.
Okay, so that's like your nickname.
And you didn't pick your name either.
No.
So yeah, so the first generation, I think, when those of us who kind of grew up here,
Yeah.
but maybe we weren't born here, so we
Right.
didn't have an English name yet. We
Right.
got to pick our own English
like
names.
us, like me and
us,
you.
Yeah.
But Felicia and a lot of other younger Chinese kids,
Yeah, we're
the
just giving
parents
it.
probably
Right.
picked it. We grew up, people couldn't pronounce Chen Xin
Yeah.
or Da Ying, and we had to pick an English
Yeah,
name.
it was Zing,
Zing.
Crossing,
Mine was-
Crossing Chin.
Mine was Diane for a whole year. They're like, Diane. And I'd be like, yeah. And then one kid was like, yo, that's a girl's name. And I'm like,
To my fellow Asians out there, Cinderella is not an appropriate name for you.
It is going
just
to
not.
stick with you, so.
Oh god! I had a friend who came from Taiwan, and she's like, "Oh, you'll love my English name." I'm like, "What is it?" She's like, "It's Boo Boo." I'm like Yogi Bear, like refrigerator, not appropriate name.
Wait, what?
Wait,
Refrigerator.
no,
That's an
really?
actual
No
name.
way.
That's an actual name.
No,
Whose
no
name
one would let
refrigerator?
them register that.
Prove it. I want to see
No,
it.
not register. It's
But they just-
Asians giving
Asians
themselves
giving
names.
themselves names.
They don't have to register it.
Oh.
They just
Right.
like
They just-
call me refrigerator.
Right.
For all you guys out there who want a Chinese name,
Right.
a lot of people do.
Right.
You gotta be careful.
Right.
Because a lot of times your name sound like other things. So you want to eliminate the possibilities. Like there's a friend of ours.
Right.
He wanted to call himself Big Universe. Right.
Okay.
So he called himself 大宇.
Oh.
宇 like 宇宙.
Yeah.
But then he can't even pronounce it himself.
Right.
So he's like,
not-
what's your Chinese name? He's like 大
Big
宇.
fish.
He's like,
Big fish,
now you're
big
big
fish.
fish.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful about the way you pronounce it. Also,
Exactly.
like characters mean different things.
Right. And also, I would suggest to people who want a Chinese name, don't be lazy and just turn your name into the Chinese phonetic equivalent.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
Like
just
Ben.
Like Ben.
Ben.
Like
You're-
stupid.
now you're stupid.
Like go to someone, go to your Chinese teacher, go to your friend, and have them create a nice name for you.
Oh, and also check them because they might be messing with you.
Exactly. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out Felicia's new channel.
Copy and cashmere.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you later.
Later.